This is the Stazita Arena in Ljubljana, Slovenia. All set for another match day in the Basketball Champions League. And everyone looking forward to what could be yet another key night on the road to the last 16 in this terrific competition. Olimpija meet Estudiantes in a vital game in Group C as we reach the second day of this week of action that's seen so many games go close. And we hope for similar action tonight inside this wonderful arena, of course, the home of Eurobasket 2013. And this is your agenda for tonight, with this one here in Slovenia. The other game to keep an eye out for as well, the Group C leaders Banvit at Beirut as well. Don't forget also the other games taking place in Group D as well, and also of course SIG Strasbourg against Venezia too. So much high quality, close, exciting basketball to come. And let's give you an idea of just how tight it is between these teams. Estudiantes just a point behind the leaders Banvit. Olimpija, although down in 7th, far from out of things with 3 rounds of fixtures to come over the next few weeks. And all sorts of guessing as to who's going to fulfill those 4 spots. With these 2 teams, of course, taking part in Basketball Champions League on a very rare occasion. Estudiantes, just their 2nd season in Europe, but their first time here, and this is the lineup that have made the journey from Madrid. Well, as for the host, look out for a host of Slovenian and indeed Ljubljana talent as well. I make it 5 Ljubljana players in this lineup, coached by Zoran Martic, who is used to coaching young talent, coached the under-20 team to FIBA Europe success back in 2000. Look up for number 15, Gregor Hrvat, shooting forward. Very much one of those looking to succeed in the likes of Luka Doncic. And there he is, very highly talented player who made his national team debut in the first round of FIBA World Cup 2019 qualification games. And there's his coach, Zoran Martic. And if I look that good at 52, I tell you what, I'll be doing very nicely indeed. Looking the suave salesman to sell his pitch to his players. Let's see these Estudiantes players, though, being introduced to the crowd. There's Edgar Vicedo, all 6'7" of him, and a real depth of talent and height, of course, with Alec Brown at 7'1", the big centre. Kane Medley, of course, 6'8". And there's the coach with his back to us at the moment, Salva Maldonado. Plenty of experience in the ACB, of course. And he's had the sense, maybe a little bit intimidated by the clean-cut image of Mr. Martic. He has at least had a shave. As we prepare for the introductions of the Olimpija players, Kostrati, Jan Barbaric, number 2, the point guard. Look out for him, the MVP in the Slovenian league a couple of years ago. Devin Oliver, once a Dayton Flyer, strong rebounder in his 2nd season. And you'll see Delman Lorback too, younger brother of Erasm, of course. can they continue this decent run of form they've been on in the last few weeks in this competition? 3 wins from 4, and it really has helped pick them up and sustain a challenge for the last 16. And here's your 3 officials, with Maldonado actually looking a little less clean cut than I thought. But such a significant game for this. If Olimpia can win this, and who knows, with results going their way, they may be within striking distance of the top 4 in this group. And you think they've got to make the most of these home goings as well, with Venezia to come on the road next week. And their final home game in Group C is against AEK. You'd think they'd fancy their chances there. And then Rosa Rodom. So they have an opportunity here to spring the surprise against a team who have gone so well over the last few games. Second in the table, 6 and 4 overall. But like Olimpia, they've won 3 out of their last 4. As we see our officials, led by Alexei Davidov of Russia. Estudiantes struggling though in the Spanish league at the moment. They may have beaten Barcelona earlier in the season, but they've lost their last 3. Okay, first was to Real Madrid, but they fancy their chances against Zaragoza and Andorra. They lost 7 from their last 9, in fact, in the ACB. So they've, it seems, targeted, if by accident, their progress in the Basketball Champions League. And there's your starting 5. No real surprises there. Cook and Landersberg, their experienced backcourt. So too Adam Sola. And there is the coach. He's can't quite compete in the looks department. That's better. Can't quite compete in the looks department for Zoran Martic, but he is a wily old fox indeed. So much experience, of course, around Eastern Europe. And you'll see the Olimpia starters in a moment. And there we go. Again, as you would expect, Radulovic, 6'11", a key figure for them. Not an awful lot of height here. Radulovic, the tallest of the Olimpia players at 6'11". And beyond that, Tratnik at 6'9", Bubnic 6'9", Morgan 6'8". Not an awful lot else. And we'll see what sort of game they can produce against these Estudiantes players, gunning not just for qualification but for top spot in Group C. Jan Span, another one of these Ljubljana players. Such a great system the Slovenians have set up since the early 90s, producing player after player. And how refreshing is it to see one of their local clubs, one of the powerhouses of Slovenian basketball, and before that Yugoslav basketball, not just giving them a chance in minor games but significant ones like this. And eventually, once our friends from Spain deign to join us, we will get underway in this magnificent Stazitsa Arena. And we're underway in Ljubljana with 7th against 2nd in Group C. And is Castrati looking to lay up early on and gets the Slovenians on the board in the first few seconds of the game. Cook at the half court. Brown in the corner. Landersberg. Oh, cool as you like from the corner. What a way to make your introduction. Such a good work ethic. Sylvan Landersberg, right from his days back in New York City. But it's Olimpija with possession. And it's the Israeli who gets called for the foul. Schwan off the rim. Decent rebound though for Olimpija, but it's given away rather sloppily. Landersberg will go himself. Lays it up comfortably enough. Strong start from the 27-year-old. Span has backup from Tratnik initially. Here's Castrati. Oh, but another sloppy pass from Olimpija, and Sola comes away with it. It's got to be a little more cute here, Olimpija. Floor back. Span to the low post where Radalovic will try and drive it up with a fancy cutback, but it's all a bit hit and miss right now. Cook over to Landersberg. Oh, he's having a strong start, and he'll call an early timeout because, well, Landersberg is lighting it up. Olimpija aren't even off the bus, and it's shots like that that just give a coach an early warning sign.
Vidimo bočno. Al pre podaj, al pa beži globoko noter pa ga potegni na sebe.
Well, I might not be a translator, but I'm not entirely sure he's happy man.
Spet smo začeli mehko, in v napadu in obrambi smo začeli mehko. No está Morgan y demás. Ya, pero ahora no está Morgan, o sea, vale, que puede pasar por ahí, de acuerdo, pero salgamos ahí y recuperemos. Está bien. Seguíamos atrás, normal. Vamos
well, they're like two brothers at the moment, aren't they, the coaches? One is cool and comfortable. Cool and comfortable in the corner. Not a care in the world. And the other one, as my mother used to say, is doing his fruit. No question then who started the stronger and the cooler in thought as well as in deed. Estudiantes have come to deliver in the Slovenian capital. Let's see if Olimpija are going to take heed of their coach's exhortations. Is Castrati. Getting no movement whatsoever, and it's not really a surprise that he has to do it all over himself. Well, maybe he should just do a little bit more of that. Absolutely nailed the three. Brown looking at his options. Again, not an awful lot of movement. Oh, very cautious stuff, but what a pass that is! And Kana Medley has buried it. Estudiantes looking as hot as a Madrid afternoon in August. Mind you, Span has done ever so well to finish that layup off, hasn't he? 5-point game early on. Kenny Medley, back to Cook. And the Americans will keep it exclusively to themselves. And here is Sola from the corner. They just can't miss early on. Not sure they've missed one so far. Foul call though, well, off the foot. And it'll be Olimpija ball. Quite extraordinary stuff, this. Estudiantes, 6 from 6 from the field. 3 from three-point range, 3 from 2. And again, it's given away. And Martic must be tearing his hair out at the moment. Here's Cook for 3. Well, the streak is broken. Nice and easy shot from mid-range there, but it's been absolutely blown by Morgan. Landesberg for 3, no good. And Kenny Medley's battling for it, but it'll lose out in the end to Igor Tratnik. And away come Olimpija. We've actually done very well to hold this lead until to 8 points, as there's a foul called on the young man Sola. His first of the night. Pretty simple push in the back. And when you've got a foul to give, I guess you're going to give them away. As you see a change. Here's Katkovic. Look out for him to have an impact later on, but can't necessarily beat the impact that the starters have made. Off the rim once again from Olimpija. Good rebound and good balance from Landesberg, I think. And Cook is manhandled by Lawback. Yeah, Landesberg with the balance to keep himself in the half court. Katkovic to his left, but that's good defensive work. Hovat with it, and eventually Morgan gets his hands on the ball, but it's going to be the Estudiantes ball. Terrific alley-oop attempts, and at last the home crowd. Yes, there are people in the arena. At last some noise from the home fans. Kenny Medley. Here's Cook. The drive from the low post is Alec Brown. Can't make the shot, but good rebound from his teammate Kenny Medley. Kratkovic all the way back to Cook. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Brown all the way out to Landesberg, who's delivered a shooting masterclass early on, but not on that particular occasion. Morgan finds the left-hand side where it's Lawback who can't deliver. Oh, what a pass that is! Brown to Kenny Medley. Estudiantes on fire in Ljubljana. They are delivering in the paint, aren't they, right now? Morgan's pass almost stolen. Omar Cook will sense an opportunity gone, and Lawback will take a seat, as will Kenny Medley for the Estudiantes. Suton and Pena on that. As we see Devon Oliver for the first time in the game. 10-point lead, but not any longer after Morgan's layup. Wonderful vision from Jan Span. He just cut back to 8, but it's the Estudiantes very much with the advantage. And they've got to stop them in the paint right now, as it flies out of bounds in the direction of Landesberg. 12 seconds on the clock. Nice take from Pena. Inside to Ken and Medley. Oh, the movement's sublime. This deserves the points. It's not going to get it. Brown off target. Maybe Olimpija just sensing an opportunity to get back in this. Points like that certainly help from Roko Batsim. And that lead is back down to 6. Solid enough, oh, just didn't drop for Goran Suton. And here's Span once again. The point guard will try and do it all himself. Oh, decent block though. Bit of a mismatch in height with Pena overseeing things. Oh, great pass to Morgan. Steps inside. That is sublime basketball. Fabulous vision. And Morgan had the dexterity to get past his man. And they're getting themselves back into this now, aren't they, Olimpija? Down to 4, but there's a foul called on Oliver, who gets a slap in the chops for his troubles as well. I don't think this is going to make pleasant viewing. Well, it's a forearm smash. Well, actually, did it actually catch him anyway? Side view would suggest otherwise. Span off, and on the court. We shall discover as Estudiantes comes into the action, and there is Hova being called for the foul. Well, he's a happier man now, isn't he, Martic? Hakanson into the game for Estudiantes, and there is Kvetkovic delivering an absolute bomb from downtown. Tedder Battle takes it up. Morgan opts not to give Battle the screen. In the end, it's Hova. Oh, super stop. You can see the quality, can't you? And what a talent he is at just 23 years of age. Kvetkovic. Hakanson finds Suton all the way out the other side of the court. And these three-point plays are crashing home. Oh, great pass from Batsim, but that's superb defense. And call for the travel is Main on Suton, in spite of his teammates' good work earlier on. 6 from 13, the three-point shooting from both teams, but wasn't that good. Play from both teams as Arteaga makes his introduction. Hovats thought about going all on himself, but finds the foot of Arteaga. Very free-flowing game, and simple plays like that, and will help as goaltending is called. Now to see that again. Well, that's a little bit harsh on Arteaga, but Olimpija will take that. Hakanson. Oh, all the way to Pena for 3, off the rim once again, but it goes straight back to him. Suton has to eventually get it away. Hakanson with time and space, and the talent to deliver again. What a first quarter this is from Estudiantes. Surely the last play of an exhilarating opener. But foul is called, I think, on Håkansson. Estudiantes, 6 from 12 from three-point range, 80% from the paint, and that's where they're hurting Olimpija most. Oliver finds his man, Battle, who can't find the net. And that'll be it. Well, the Spaniards have come to play, no question about that. And led by Landersberg, an early rush of points from him, 8 of them. And support from the likes of Sola, Medley, Vetkovic, Håkansson, Suton as well. They've been a joy to watch, not so few in green and white tonight.
Por favor, aquí en el pick and roll lateral. Trabajamos, ellos están esperando nuestra salida suave ahí, con Lula prácticamente. Hacen stop and go, yo no paso y siguen, porque estamos dudando. Oye, por favor.
Some of the key moments then early on. Wonderful inside ball from Cook, wasn't it, to pick out Medley. That's a fine three-point play. Another one from Sola. Brown inside, Medley. Beautiful stuff. And they simply have no answer in the opener to Olimpija. Alley-oop. Nicely done for Morgan to finish off. Interesting to see if Morgan gets a few more minutes later in the game. 6 minutes 20 played in that first quarter. Let's see who's out there as we get underway in the second. It's similar, to be fair, as you see the foul called on Olimpija as Peña makes his way towards the basket. It's Hovat who has another foul called on him, and pretty straightforward it was too. Håkansson with the dancing feet finds Arteaga, and that is a terrific bit of play that puts Suton in at the post. Estudiantes 11 points clear, and Olimpija's good run of form in this tournament. 3 in the last 4 being laid to waste here. Inside ball finds Hovat. It's tied up by Morgan. Olimpija just hanging on to the coattails here right now. Håkansson, Petkovic steps inside. Well, that's great cover. Great zone defense as Arteaga thinks he's got a basket, but 3 bounces and it won't go in. Away it comes through Battle. Finds Morgan. Morgan will do it from there, but it's another poor shot. We've seen too many of those from Olimpija so far. Håkansson can't find his range, and Arteaga with the rebound. Suton. Håkansson again. It's cooled down a little, but Håkansson, oh, what a move! This way and that, they just couldn't pick him off. And he finished with a plum. Marvellous. And yet again, it's an Olimpija timeout in a rather quiet Stasica Arena. Now, what does Coach Martic do from here? Rebounding? Well, it's pretty straightforward.
I understand everything. I just don't understand why you don't make a foul. If they beat us 1-on-1 or 2-2 and we just wait, we have 3 fouls in the whole game and they scored 30 points.
Está bien en ataque.
I must confess, Coach Martic, I was expecting him to swear like a trooper there.
Después, en el pick and roll,
his face suggests that he's tempted.
Ellos están saliendo a morir ahí. Con lo
As for
cual,
Coach
estamos viendo
Maldonado,
los pases al medio o sacar rápido un pase.
He's like the happy
Pase.
bank manager who's seen the cash rolling in at every counter right now.
Let's go.
Not too sure the home fans, or indeed Justin Morgan, are enjoying this right now. They simply have no answer. Look forward to seeing them be a little bit more physical in the paint, shall we? As Olimpia try to come away with it. Lovely block from Brazila, who's been brought on. Was a fine block, but there was a nudge in the ribs before that. Two shots though for Badsim, whose father Živko led the way for him. He left Šibenka to join Olimpia, and well, Rocco did exactly that this summer. We'll see how he develops in one of the strongest units in not just Slovenian basketball, but in most of the former Yugoslavia. Here's Hakanson off the back of the rim, and Tratnik will pick the rebound up. Oh, off the foot though from Badsim. Finds Arteaga. And he might have touched the foul, but touched the foot, but no, it's not football. Come on. Great vision, picking out Badsim. Again, they can't connect from three-point range, and they're under pressure. There we are, Taylor Battle producing the foul that his coach called for. Showing a bit of leadership on the court, exactly as he did for Penn State. First Big Ten player, in fact, to reach 2,000 points, 500 rebounds and 500 assists in a career. So he knows one end of the basketball court from the other. Hakanson tries to drive it up. Morgan with the block, but Arteaga takes the foul, can't finish. And Estudiantes will go to the line. Morgan's first. I'm not sure that Coach Martic won't be unhappy with that. They're certainly making it more difficult for Estudiantes in the paint. And okay, Arteaga going to the line here, but if they're going to make it a battle inside, then Olimpia may stand more of a chance in this contest. 11 points the advantage, though, for the Spanish. We'll be looking to keep an eye on how Banvit are doing tonight, and they lead at Beirut by 12 points midway through the second quarter. There's Battle, gets back up from Castrati. As Morgan at the post, but opts to go to the corner where Tratnik's waiting. And the hustle for Estudiantes from Brazila once again. He's convinced he should get the ball. It's going to stay green and white for now. Battle checking his options, but he's not got long. He's going to have to take it himself. Off the rim, decent rebound from Morgan. Has to battle, but he still can't find it with the work inside. And again, Olimpia come away with no points. Hakanson out to Landersberg. He's landed from there before, can't do so this time. And here's Taylor battle once more. Tracknick finds Morgan. Back to Badsim. Looks to go himself in the lane. Oh, that's strong. They need more of that, do Olimpija. The quietness of the crowd shows you that it's very much a Estudiantes game as we enter the final 6 minutes of the half. Akanson once again getting through a lot of work. Brasilia, goes past his man, finds Arteaga, and it's like taking candy from kids. Gustrati. Does so well to make it to the basket, but again, the end product just isn't there. And here's Landesberg. Finds Brasilia. What a step that was. And the pass was sensational. Arteaga's clobbered. Tracknick with the foul. But wasn't that majestic stuff from Dario Brasilia? And Martic not exactly getting the best reception from Badsim there, as we see Suton missing from long range. Doesn't look the happiest of camps, does it, Olimpija, when things like that happen? Good strong work from Battle there to shake his man off, but again, can't find the basket, and Estudiantes just not giving any fouls away right now. They can afford to be as physical as they like. And that's good work from Arteaga and Suton, as well as Cook and Brown come back in. Gustrati for three. Never looked like going in, but they'll take the rebound from Lorbeck. Morgan gives Battle a bit of room. Here's Gustrati again. It's not got long. Floats it up. Shot clock violation in the end. But Olimpija are in danger of falling apart here. Coach is just not getting his players to do what he wants right now. Cook finds Brown in the corner. And the edge has gone off Estudiantes' game here, so if Olimpija can just somehow get draw some fouls or just get a bit of penetration, then they might just be able to shake things up here. But they've got to do better than they are at the moment, as Morgan tries to take on Brown. And Brown wins once more. Landesberg for three, all the time in the world, but can't find his range. Morgan finds Taylor Battle. 34% shooting for Olimpija, just not good enough. And Estudiantes, after such a brilliant start, will be disappointed with 45. At last, Morgan can put points on the board. Got to be delivering more for his team. Omar Cook. Over the top, finds Cannon Medley. And Brasilia, looking a very classy operator. There's another foul on Morgan. And he's going to have to step out on 2 fouls. Not especially thrilled, was he? And he'll be even less thrilled to see Bojan Radulovic replace him in his second spell at Olimpija. But here's Nick Canamedley. Once, of course, a Piston. But he's going through some work tonight too. Just 4 points to his name, but very, very effective. Make that 6 points now, of course. foul on Canamedley this time. But they can afford to do that, can't they, with just 2 fouls in the quarter. Once again, Olimpija missed from distance. Cook gets the help from Canamedley. Briselia from long range. Oh, that's fallen nicely for Brown. And he'll draw another foul. Milovic this time gets the call for his first. But there are enough fouls now for Estudiantes to potentially take advantage from the line. Rare miss though for them. Brown. Oh, misses both. That'll help the cause for Olimpija, and they need all the help they can get right now. 11 points down. Battle for three. Well, gets a bit of whistle from the crowd. He's not made one yet. There's Canamedley getting crunched by a combination of Castrati, Lorbeck. I think Tratnik was in there too. There we are. He knew the elbow was coming in the face if he made any more ground. And as we see Span come back into it. He made that one this time. Remember, this couldn't be more significant for Estudiantes, particularly if Bandit come unstuck at Bayreuth. 2 from 2. And it's a 13-point lead. Bandit, though, not obliging right now. They lead by 12, 40-28. This is better from Olimpija. How on earth has Lorbeck missed from there? It's a foul eventually on Brown. But after such good work from Lorbeck, you'd expect him to finish, even if Tratnik got another go, and it's he that'll go to the line. Tratnik there, securing the points from the line, and immediately gets a seat on the bench for his trouble as well. Remember, Estudiantes were beaten, I should say, by Olimpija in Madrid earlier in the season, as Landersberg is crunching. That's good defense, and Martic will be very content with that. Inside ball can't be held, and Oliver does ever so well eventually to see it come back. Off the rim initially, and Oliver finishes off with style. Span for three. Oliver couldn't quite get there, but it was a good hustle. Sola. They try and find Brown, and at last Olimpija's defense is getting some traction now. The lead back into single figures. Here's Oliver from the corner. That would have brought the crowd off its feet. Just feels all a little bit late with a minute and 10 to play. Brown from mid-range. Oh, that's poor. He'll be disappointed with that. And here comes Span now. Sola almost embracing him there. It's like a family reunion of a guard-v-guard battle. Timeout called, I think, by Olimpija. And Estudiantes decide that they've seen enough for now, at least. It'll be interesting to see how they can stop Olimpija here, because if Olimpija can get some points from here, it might just give them a little bit of momentum going into the half-time break. They all look very, very calm, though.
Karl, se odpri, pa pejdi vmes. Okay, engage. Elevator, yes, for him. Pa pejdi preko njega. Pa finta, ko da bo šel tja pa vmes. Ti pa podaja na Jana, če ne moreš, pejdi na vročenje. Ti isto, ko si tle finta pa se vrni. Bodi aktiven. Okay, come on. Go. Ajde.
Watch him bound now.
Well, given his expression, Matic, you would hope that there are more plays like this from Span, because I don't imagine that he's a man you'd want to take on in a darkened alley somehow, let alone a fevered dressing room. Cook comes back for Estudiantes, as does Landersberg. And can Olimpija just get something before the hooter goes? Well, that certainly helps. Lawbeck delivers at last. He's had a poor first half. His first points of the game. 1 from 4 so far. 7 points the gap. Not as much as you might think, particularly with that first quarter in mind. As Cook tries to get things going, it finds the foot of Span. Olimpija will get at least one more possession. 14 on the shot clock. Plenty of time yet. Here is Omar Cook then for Estudiantes. Sola, well, Landersberg picks it up. Fouled as he drives to the layup. Home crowd don't like the call. It's Lawbeck who gets another check on the scoreboard and has time for a smile with the officials. Estudiantes is just less than perfect from the line here, as though we're always trying to keep this game honest. Landersberg, though, 1 from 2 in the end. This should be the last play. Span with sort of right in his face, as he has been for most of the quarter. He's got past brilliantly and lays it up, but he can't finish off. And they can't even get the ball, even though they're convinced that came off Adam Sola. Let's watch it again on the replay. But that looks a... Ooh, was there a last touch? But you could argue Alec Brown was out of court. Estudiantes will get another chance. And we talk about momentum again. They can produce some points from this. They'll take the momentum that's been there for most of this first half, it has to be said.
Lo que suelen hacer es dejan el sacador y el defensor del sacador intenta ir a atrapar al que recibe.
Only 8 points to Landersberg, but he's had none of the assists, as you might expect. Estudiantes' team with 10. Here's Coach Matic. How they're going to defend.
This one help on the baseline. The rest of you step behind and switch your screens.
Landersberg with 8 points. 5 to Sola. Also to Hakanson as well. And to Suton. But 3 apiece to Kvetkovic and 4 to Canamedley and Arteaga. So they've produced some fine team basketball tonight. 7 from 12 in the paint shows the dominance that they've had in that department, 58%. Quick last play, Hakanson. Oh, that's poor. Can't even get the shot away, and the 2 guards almost have a bit of a domestic there. But rather worryingly, one of the Estudiantes players has come down, and there are some rather worried expressions there. I'm not sure who's gone down, but the medical staff were in there quite quickly, which is always encouraging to see. I think it's Castrati now. Or possibly Damon Lawbeck. But it doesn't look good, and he's, as you can see on your screen, he's being led from the field. And no one ever likes to see that. Might have just got over on an ankle or twisted a knee or something. But we'll try and get a closer view, and there we are. Good work from our director there to see it. We might just see what happens there. Oh, as he just twists his ankle, I think it was, well, ankle or a knee, it is Lawbeck, as you can see. Or wherever it was, that was very, very painful. And hopefully we'll see Damon Lawbeck back at the start of the second half. Let's see a few of the key moments from the first half. And although Castrati got the first points of the game, it was Estudiantes, and in particular Sylvain Landersberg, who was at the heart of everything that Estudiantes were good at. Sola giving him good backup, Cook directing traffic, and found Landersberg on regular occasions. Castrati from distance. But again, terrific vision from Cook to put Kenna Medley in with very, very little coverage. Sola just missed from the corner early on, but they did miss an awful lot of shots later on, Estudiantes. 6 from 18 in the end from three-point range. But it's that presence inside, Brown, Kenna Medley, that's given the advantage. Morgan is doing his best, but he's not getting an awful lot of support. We're going to need an awful lot more in that department, which won't be helped with Lawbeck's injury. That looked quite serious. So a lot of work for Olimpija to do. And let's see how this second half develops in a few moments' time. Welcome back to the Stuzica Arena, where Olimpija have to come back if they're going to beat Estudiantes, who have looked safe and secure, even if their lead of just 8 points is perhaps not as dominating as they might have liked. It's a strong first quarter, not entirely backed up in the second, although that's been a feature of their play throughout the competition. Estudiantes actually missed every single shot from beyond the arc in the second quarter. There is only 1 in 8 for Olimpija in the whole half, so there is plenty of encouragement that Olimpija can take from this game. Don't forget, you can follow every single game of the Basketball Champions League on livebasketball.tv. And you can also go to the Basketball Champions League website to keep right up to date with all the news, views and interviews. Live video plenty as well. basketballcl.com. And you can also download the app as well. So Estudiantes with work to do to finish this off. Coach Maldonado with a few last instructions. They will be, I'm sure, contented at the position they're in, less so the Group C leaders, Banvit, who lead Bayreuth by 12 points, 43-31. Here's the coach with all the work to do, Zoran Matic.
Tell him to switch.
Don't forget to bump and fill the gaps.
Come on,
let's go.
Come on.
Well, if you're offering, I'll have a pint of that, please. Thank you very much. I'm not sure the players have a view on that particular type of entertainment. Edgar Fichedo looks as if he's going to be on the court for the first moments of the game. Morgan starts, which is not a surprise at all. They need more production from him. Oliver there too for Olimpija. Hova on the ball right now. Castrati too. And inside ball to Morgan, but once again Olimpija unable to find their range. Span completing the starting 5 for Olimpija, and that's just cool as you like from Kanamedli. Olimpija ignoring the instructions from the coach to bump and fill the gaps down the lane. And the lead back out to 10, but oh, that was disappointing from Oliver. Just at the wrong moment when he got free. And keep an eye out for Herman Lawback as well, who seemed to twist a knee in the last play of the first half. Kanamedli. Oh, wonderful pass, finds the space to pick out Fichedo, and eventually it's Goran Suton. Span tries some distance, but that was a shot of hope rather than anything else. Here's Fichedo getting some minutes at the start of this second half. Cook finds Fichedo. Oh, that's not particularly convincing from three-point range. Span double teamed at the moment, leaving plenty of space for Hovat. Castrati from the corner. Once again, Olimpija's conversion is poor, poor, poor. Well, that's decent work from Oliver. He nearly ends up back in the locker rooms down in the corner. 12-point deficit for them to make up. And they have simply got to do better. Canamadli, though, has to just keep delivering. 10 points, 5 rebounds so far, but away come Olimpija. Castrati. Here's Oliver, all on his own. Oh, it just won't drop for them tonight. May see 1 or 2 heads go down soon if this keeps going. Cook for Estudiantes. Canamadli does well to hold on to the ball, even if he's on his backside. Oh. No good in the end from Ketkovic. Span needs some movement, and in the end has to do it all over himself. But that was a strong block from Vicedo, wasn't it? Slap. You're not going anywhere, my friend. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Oliver, oh, stolen by Cook. And all the way downtown is Ketkovic. Oh, somehow blows the easiest layup of his career. Surely Castrati's not going to be called for a foul. Coach Maldonado is looking for an explanation, and he's being sent back to his technical area. Oh, Mr. David. Let's look at this again. The step from Ketkovic. Oh, it's a great steal. Technical call on Coach Maldonado. He thought there was a foul. Looked pretty good to me. Span. There's Castrati, the man in the centre of attention. Hovat trying to pick out Morgan, but just not working for Olimpija right now. Canamadli looking to pick up where he left off. He just can't miss. 13 points. Perfect scoring. And he makes it look so easy as well. 6 from 6 and 4 from the line as well, and Olimpija have to think again.
So, what are we gonna play? What are we gonna play? Play 2. Second, how many fouls we got? None. Commit the foul and talk in defense for 15 seconds. Somebody's open, nobody has a clue who's supposed to guard him.
Decisiones.
Aquí focus on defense. Muy bien en defensa. Estamos en el mejor
Don't go near
momento
Zora
de la
Matic
defensa.
tonight.
Estamos mejor que nunca.
Would be my advice.
Estamos muy bien en defensa.
Castigamos ahí, seguimos igual en ataque. Igual en ataque.
Not entirely sure that he's going to be pleasant company tonight. And the irony is Coach Maldonado who's got the technical. Nice to see a bit of love, though, in Ljubljana, isn't it? Such a romantic place. I suspect if you took your partner, all past sins would be forgiven. Trust me, I might have been in that boat myself. 14 points the gap, though, however. Estudiantes looking solid, but Span makes that look ridiculously easy. Cook. Here's Vicedo. Gets a very nice screen from Suchon, but somehow keeps the ball in play and in his own side. Can he finish it off himself? Well, he's fouled by Castrati. Little push. Maybe slightly early indeed from Morgan. Yeah, just in the back. And Vicedo had enough experience to make sure that the officials clearly saw it as well. First one secured. Vicedo, yet another graduate of the Estudiantes system. Such a great developer of talent down the years for so many different nations as well. Jack Clark, of course, of Great Britain, one of those products. Still involved in the ACB, of course. Oliver goes to ground, but it's left in the corner for Rocco Batsim to rock the house. We need more of that. Cook out to Katkovic, and Taylor Battle will have the foul called on him, his second of the night. Just does enough to get in the way and do the coach's bidding. Canamedley. Sutton. Machado can't find his man. Well stolen and brilliantly recovered by Taylor Battle. Quietly having a very effective night. Over the top. Finds Radalovic, who makes an absolute Horlicks of the layup and gets a few boos for his trouble. Canamedley, fouled in the end by Oliver. But at least they're getting in his face, or in that case, getting in his ribcage. Brazela back for walk. Katkovic steps down. And plenty of time on the shot clock for Estudiantes, but how on earth does Machado get all that room under the basket? Olimpia simply fast asleep. Taylor Battle. Decent screen coming from Radalovic, who's got something to prove after the last basket. Oliver clears out Canamedley as if he's not there, as if he's a tractor ploughing the field, and still gets the ball back as well. Battle, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to Castrati in the corner on his backside, doesn't get the points, but Oliver does. They're living off scraps though at the moment, Olimpia. Need the crowd to give them some help here. Just 15% in three-point range. Machado takes out Brazela. Is that a foul on Batsim again? There was a push. And it is Batsim, his first. Well, that three-point play. Come Olimpia away with it. Battle. Bubnic. We've seen a lot of him tonight. Works himself, but very, very optimistic attempt at the floater. Cook. Oh, he's almost all on his own, and Bubnic tried to foul him. It didn't make any difference. Olimpia probably just got away with that a little bit. Battle. Pops it up to Castrati. Castrati finds Batsim off the rim. Olimpia have to start getting those to drop soon. It's all very optimistic from distance right now. Neither side averaging more than 34%. Brown, will he go the old-fashioned way, straight down the middle? He does, but it's cleared out. Castrati. I think there might have been a bit of frustration there, and arguably, under the current interpretation, you could say that was an unsportsmanlike, but the officials think otherwise. Castrati, he knows exactly what he's doing there. And as Landesberg comes back in, at the expense of Machado. Here's Olimpia. Battle once again at point guard. Tries for three. Not bad. Well, that might just lift the spirits and get the home crowd into this. possibly in sheer shock and amazement that we've actually seen a three-point play land. And there is a bit of noise from this home crowd in Ljubljana. Canamadli, driving to the basket as if he's Kobe Bryant. That old-fashioned Eastern European foul from Bubnic there, though. His second season at Olimpija. 32 years of age. I think it's fair to say he's learned how to get in the way of players like Canamadli. Left Monaco to join Estudiantes, and what a fine game he's having here tonight. 15 points to his name now. Gets the lead back into double digits. If Olimpija, though, could get the lead cut to 5 before the end of this quarter, going into the last, then you never know what might happen. Battle. Olimpija, quick moving. Gets the ball into the corner where Batsim is there. But it's all gone horribly wrong again. Decent work from Omar Cook, as you'd expect from one of the Basketball Champions League's most experienced players. And there he is again, but that's a pretty average attempt from downtown. Battle, slightly younger version. At 29, and well, if they are going to get some penetration from beyond the arc, it looks like Taylor Battle's sticking his hand up. 2 in succession. And that gap just gets a little bit smaller. Smooth as you like as well, wasn't it? Estudiantes get a breather to reassess. Coach Maldonado might just have something to consider here for the first time in some considerable time.
Te está machacando. Tenemos una puta falta.
We cannot play defense on you anymore. And then this one, he's helping. Then you have the ball. Then you have a pass. In defense, with Boyan, we play blue inside. With Rajan, we play red. But be ready. Hey, hey! Be ready, because he might cut to the high post.
Medljog Saturn will roll, so you have to be ready.
Now it's time to push, guys.
Come on, come on.
To give you a guidance as to how poor the three-point shooting's been from Olimpija tonight, you've just seen Taylor Battle make 2 3-point plays. Well, prior to that, they were 1 from 17. Coach Martic just saying, Taylor, bring it on, my friend. 7 points the gap now as well, as we reach the 2-minute mark in the third. Brazela back in the game. There's Canamadli. Oh, inside ball. Finds Sutron in all the space in the world. That's class. And just sums up the game that Canamadli's having tonight. Castrati for Olimpija. That's a bit of help from Radlovic, but he can't take advantage on a very high defense. Oh, that was bang average from Batsim, and quickly Estudiantes break to the other end of the court. Landersberg. Oh, it's a defensive foul called. Called on Castrati. I beg your pardon, the other way around. Did look a charge. That's a pretty clear push on the thigh. Officials had a good game here tonight. Castrati. Taylor Battle seeing as much time in the game as Jan Span. Can't land on that occasion, but Olimpija will probably keep trying through that. Kane Madley on his own, and the slam to boot. Star of the night, no question. Barely missed a thing or a trick. And how's that for style? Radlovic is Badsin. Over the top, back to Radlovic. Can he finish the job off? He needs all the help he can get, but he isn't getting any. Souton squeezed him into the very edge of the court. Olimpija fans not exactly thrilled with this. Landersberg to Souton, started the move. Off the rim on that occasion, though. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Up to Taylor Battle once more. Oh, has he got a cheeky foul from Brazela there? His second of the night. Tried to get in his face there. 5 seconds remaining then. Gastrati picks out Badsim, and Hakanson has the foul. Kane Medley, incidentally, a real star of the night as Gastrati off the rim, and Souton will finish the half out. An 11-point advantage for Estudiantes. Kane Medley, 15 points, 6 rebounds, thrown an assist as well. A terrific 3 quarters of basketball from the Azerbaijan international and the former Piston. Excuse me. Stats less than impressive apart from one. And the Estudiantes 52% in the paint shooting. They've just worked the space to find so much room inside. And quite simply, Olimpija have just had no answer. They have made 1 or 2 more 3-point plays in the last few moments. It's just not worked for them. 26% Olimpija. Taylor Battle doing his best with a couple late on. There's the second of them. He's only 2 from 5, however. Gastrati 1 from 5 from beyond the arc. Badsim has got the other one as well. So they are not having the best of nights, to put it mildly, from distance. Kane Medley, though, having a night to remember. Easily evades Battle. What about that for the slam? Final quarter underway now. Souton. Here's Brazela from distance. That is some 3 to start the quarter off. Dario Brazela, quietly very impressive. Radlovic this time for Olimpija. They've won 3 out of 4, but they're not favourites from here now. Superb. Rocco Badsin. Approaching double digits now in scoring. Brown. Hakanson. Back to Souton. Plenty of room for Landersberg. He's got 3 Olimpija players for company, so why not flick it back outside? All to no avail in the end. Span back out on the court. Radlovic picks out Hovat, but Landersberg as the foul called on him, his third. Who's going to provide the inspiration here for the Slovenians? Is it the young gun in Hova? Well, that's a fine pass, finds Radolovic, and Radolovic lets it drop. What a pass that was from Hova. Gap down to 10 points. Span doing his best to get in the way of Estudiantes there. Håkansson. Brown for three. Hasn't had a lot of opportunity to score tonight. He'll take that one though. First points of the night. He had 4 shooting opportunities until that point. And Span is thrown to the floor by Landersberg. Over. Well, almost span and fell himself. Radolovic not looking too healthy there as he finds his seat. Brazela will watch as Novak misses the first. Olimpija. Some interesting games coming up ahead. Venezia away next up. And then it's AEK at home. And Rosarodom away. Winnable games. They're not out of this, even if they were to lose tonight. Estudiantes, though, looking good for a top 4 spot. Brazela. Did he bounce the ball out of bounds? Yes, he did. Still a little bit greedy there when he had Brown for company. Span finds Tratnik, and in turn finds Badsin. There's plenty of space there waiting. Oh, but Kovac couldn't take the pass at the last moment. Oh, but there was just a travel at the wrong moment. Just over eager there. Knew he had the space and the time. It's a wonderful step at you to get past Vicedo, but just that extra step too far. Suton looking for his options. Brazela is one of them. Gets the ball out to Håkansson and gets it back for his trouble. What about this for a three? Not quite. Tratnik with the rebound. Still time for Olimpija. But they've got to get into gear soon. Span, that's a very wild pass, looking for Bubnic. A little safer from Estudiantes, but Brown won't be able to get the shot away. Tratnik has the foul called on him. MVP in the Slovenian league last year. Hasn't exactly shown signs of it tonight. And we'll see Olimpija get possession away thanks to a little bit of skullduggery from Ketkovic, which the officials didn't particularly appreciate. Tratnik picks out Span. Oh, Span is just being surrounded. There's a wall of blue surrounding him right now. Ketkovic, Suton. Brazela, that with Suton. Is he going to drive himself? No. Oh, tries to pick out Brown and eventually finds him. Good hustle from Span to disrupt things. 3 seconds on the clock, so it's up to Håkansson. Oh, and Håkansson just does enough to halt Olimpija's progress. can tell you in the other game, tightened up slightly. Banvit now 8 points up on Bayreuth as they reach 6 minutes and 40 remaining in the game. Maybe a chance of an upset there, but Banvit have led by seemingly 12 all the way through. Keep you posted on that. That game live too on livebasketball.tv. Oh, wow pass from Suton has Ketkovic looking at him as if he's the unruly member of the family on the Christmas dinner. I suspect Suton likes eating his Christmas dinner as well. Hovat looking at his options, but gets it to to Bublic, who really could have taken it on himself, and in the end, the Estudiantes will come away with it. What a mess that was. Håkansson is fouled hard by Span. It's almost an NFL-style tackle out, as Olimpija, I think, have called for a timeout. We shall see who that goes to. It is Coach Martic coming right up.
Ti isto. Kompliciramo u tem piku 300 na uro. I pol teške podaje. No difficult passes. You penetrate and then you pass backwards. It's impossible. Defense is there. It's a steal.
Y jugando, pasar al lado contrario.
Well, in contrast to the energy on the Olimpija bench, Coach Maldonado seemingly taking everything in his stride, mind you.
Right now.
On Madrid time.
4 and Nick play like 5.
In Madrid time, it'll be about 9:30, so normally things are just about coming awake there.
Let's go. First one,
Not exactly the most enthused of crowds here, this Olimpija crowd. But you've seen 12-point deficits taken down before now at this stage of a game. Ketkovic with the restart. Håkansson out to Brown off the rim. Henna Medley inevitably involved with the rebound. Håkansson all on his own. Oh, just can't finish. And away come Olimpija. Bouncing, just checks. And back on the court, unsurprisingly, is Taylor Battle. All that on his own, floats it up. Oh, it's not dropping once again, and Brown eventually with the rebound. Ketkovic for Estudiantes, who look in control here. Henna Medley. Well, no other player tonight would have got that near to that dropping. Battle needs an option, eventually gets it. It's back inside to Morgan, or back to Battle, though. No matter how quick they move it, it always seems to end up in Estudiantes' hands. Great work from Brown backing out of bounds to Henna Medley. They're quite happy to just run down the clock, though, aren't they? Well inside the last 5 minutes now. There is Brown for the corner. It just can't stop dropping for Estudiantes. And they lead by 15. Battle does it all by himself. Brilliant. Taking on taller opponents. And he has the athleticism and the dexterity to finish off. He's impressed tonight in a poor team performance, no question. Håkansson, drives down the lane. Will he finish it himself? He can't. Neither can Henna Medley, but he comes away with it. Hakanson with all the time in Slovenia to finish off, and again it's another rebound from Kenan Medley. He has worked so hard tonight. Oh, can he get that away? Not quite. And eventually Morgan brings the Estudiantes fun to a halt, but you can hear the home crowd not happy. Battle looking as if he's hurt as well. Limping away, that is not a good sign. He was looking at the officials and his coach, I think, to get Span on. He's not in good order there, and certainly the Olimpija players want them to have a look back at that last play. Battle is the injured player, but he's called for a technical. No matter what the situation, you are not going to help your cause if you mouth off. Quite like that. Well, the technical doesn't produce an extra point in the end for Estudiantes. Here's Kvetkovic, though. That's no good, and Span looks as if he's going to have to play out the remaining 2 minutes and 50. Oh, great ball inside, and what a finish that is from Tratnik. Might be in a losing cause, but it's a rare bright spot for Olimpija. Omar Cook back in the game. Brown. Kvetkovic lines up the three, can't miss, and it sums up Estudiantes' night. Looking to avenge their defeat in Madrid, and they've come here with real purpose and delivered as well. Span similarly. Yet another three-point play goes awry for the home team. Tratnik, can't quite understand why he's had the foul called on him, but I think you can see why that. Kvetkovic at the line. Not really had much to contribute in terms of points, not had an awful lot of opportunities. Just three, one shot from the paint, and then two from beyond the arc. He's made one. And Nick Kenan Medley comes off. 17 points, 9 rebounds. I suspect that's his work done for the night. And my word, he's contributed manfully. Horvat trying to get something going for Olimpija. Tratnik gets it back to him. Brown doing his best to disrupt, but so unlucky for Horvat. Just wouldn't fall. And it comes off for Jado, I think, in the end. Suton gets the last touch, according to the officials. Morgan picks out Badsim. Span this time will have another go. Another rebound, is it, for Olimpija? No, breaking it away is Kvetkovic, who has the sense to just hold fire, wind down the clock, just give it comfortably back to Omar Cook. Stolen in the end by Olimpija, but it's off the foot. Minute and 5 to play, but if this is to be a win for Estudiantes, as it looks likely now, It'll be 4 from 5. They're certainly looking to give Banvit a message here. They're not going away. Olimpia ball though. Here's Badsim. Gets it to Span. 5 seconds on the shot clock. That is an outrageous 3. It's not going to brighten the coach's mood, but it might just give a momentary bit of happiness to the home crowd in Ljubljana. Here's Cook. Just looking to wind the clock now. Brown. It's all fun and games. Suits on. Cook. And now finished off superbly by Vicenzo. 70 points up. And that will do nicely for Estudiantes as the clock winds down. Well, they are going to have a go at points, although there's a foul called on Ketkovic there. Don't forget, we've only got 3 more rounds of games in the Basketball Champions League group stage at this point. And in 2 weeks' time, Estudiantes host Banvit. They've got Bayreuth next week. As time comes to an end with Bayreuth and Banvit, 2 other members of the top 4. Estudiantes looking good for a place in the knockout stages. They've cleaned out Olimpia and made it 4 wins out of 5 in the Basketball Champions League, and they look every bit the contenders to take the spoils at the end of the season with performances like this. They started out with purpose, and they've delivered a very decent victory by the 15 points. 57-72, it goes the Spaniards' way. And look at the faces there. They are delighted with that. Righting the wrongs in Madrid against these opponents a few months ago. Coach Martic was rather crestfallen there. I suspect he's keeping his powder dry until the players get back into the locker room as well, so God help them there. And there is the star of the show, the MVP tonight, no question, Nick Kane-Medley. You'll see his stats come up on the screen, but 4 from 7 in the paint, 5 from 8 on the court, 62.5%. Brilliant stuff from him. I can tell you, it looks like Banvit are going to win the other game tonight as well in Group C, one of the other games, I should say. They lead Bayreuth with 2:24 to go, 83-68. Strasbourg, incidentally, leading Venezia 46 points to 40, but that's in the 3rd quarter, midway through there. Some of the key moments of the game tonight, and we start with the Kane-Medley show inevitably. Decent from distance, dominant in the paint as well. Just moments like that from Span that were contributing to 1 or 2 intriguing moments for them, as with this one from Rocco Badsim, but a very disjointed performance defensively, very lax indeed, even though the odd 3-pointer eventually came their way. They were very average though from beyond the arc, 5 from 21 at one stage. Taylor Battle is probably the bright spot of the second half with a couple of key 3-pointers that made it look as if Olimpia were going to get into contention. There, Kane-Medley showing that he could pick out his man in the lane as well. Very sensible. being double teamed. Sutton really couldn't miss, but that's the moment of the game. Lovely spot to find Brown there from Håkansson. A very quietly effective game, 5 points and 3 assists. That might have been Olympia's best moment of the game. Igor Tratnik with the putback. Span called out. Shame to see him brought back, not because he didn't have anything against Span, but Taylor Battle unfortunately injured late on. But Estudiantes won't mind one bit. 4 from 5 now for them in this competition, and they're keeping the pressure on both Banvit and also Bayreuth in the top 4, who they meet over the next 2 weeks. Games to look forward to in the Basketball Champions League. Hope you've enjoyed this one. From myself, Chris Edgerton, it's goodbye.